Oh, look what we've got here. Lots of amore. I'm going to do the entire show in my best French.
Really?
Yeah, yes, I'm going good morning. Start with that one. But I'll give you je t'aime.
À tout à l'heure.
Well,
Hello.
could I have chips with that, please?
I was just...
Oh, sorry, pommes frites.
Pommes frites.
Pommes frites.
You are so funny. Not.
Right, tell them what we've got.
Well, in this collection, you have got 10 sets altogether. And within those 10 sets, you're going to get fabulous romantic images. So each of the sets is based on one main image. So from that one main image within each set, you are going to get backing papers. You're not just going to get backing papers, you're going to get backing papers in vellum styles. You're also going to get backing papers in page curl in both full colour and vellum styles as well.
You know your stuff, don't you?
In addition to that, you're going to get toppers, but you're not just going to get ordinary toppers, you're also going to get mirror image toppers too. You're not just going to get stacking decoupage, you're also going to get mirror image stacking decoupage too. So there's lots of different things. So if you want to do 3D elements within this, if you want to do something that's three-dimensional, something that's kind of a mobile, for instance, you've got the ability to do this. And these are great for romantic occasions of any type, any time of year. If you want to say I love you to someone, then this set is definitely for you.
Jag älskar dig.
That's Swedish.
Yes. Ja, amore.
Okay, do you think we should just get on with showing these
I'll tell you what,
designs?
we'll show you some examples of what you've got, because I'm going to get roughly over 100.
There's over 100 in each folder, so you're going to get well over 1,000 in the collection. So I reckon that there is at least 105 pages in between 105 and 109 in each set, so there's never less than 100, so that's why I'm keeping it nice and loose, otherwise I'd have to be trying to explain what's in each. Stop it.
That's your middle name.
Stop it. Right, move on. Before we get any further with this,
I'm going to take you through what you've got to think of these categories as. Come back to me. Had I finished? Had I indicated?
No.
Right. What I want you to do is consider each of these categories, each of these folders, as like a design folder that you can create lots and lots of different creative projects from. We have got demonstrations and we've got galleries to give you some inspiration, but I'm just going to run through basically just an idea of what you're going to get. Right, go on, press your button.
Don't want to now.
Well, press it, get on with it. Right, I'm going to show you the main designs, and these also come in mirror image as well. You've got this beautiful heart one here with a little cherub, obviously based on me. And you've got the little cherub with wings there, and these dog roses, purple. Now you're going to get them in all different sizes, and I'll show you those as we go around. But this is basic A4 design that you print off. And obviously you can change the image slightly by deciding on which paper you want to print onto, but they do give a really good strong image. If I can hold that one up so you can really see it. You can see there.
Well, actually, I could have closed up on that a bit later on, but never mind. It's fine.
Okay, well, I was trying to save you some work.
No, that's okay.
Then you've got this one too. You've got everything connected with it in this, and your stackers and your background papers. You've got this one with, I think this is Lily of the Valley. No, not Lily, Forget-Me-Nots. To My Valentine.
If only I could forget you.
I'm unforgettable.
Oh, yeah.
Then you've got this one with the, I think this is Lily of the Valley going round here. You've got lots of Victorian inspired, but you can obviously do that. I'll tell you what would be really good. These basic designs, now die cutting is everywhere. You've got all those fancy designs, you've got flowers, you can make the beautiful flowers. You could use these as a base for building up or behind, or whichever way you want to do with it. Your flowers, I mean, I've seen on Facebook people making these beautiful flowers from their die cuts. Use these as a background and build up. But you also get 3D, everything that you see is in 3D. This is just one size, but you've got from the large down to the mini there. That's just an example of a 3D page. And you've got them like this. You've got different sizes on a page. You want to mix and match and do various things. Toppers. Then you've got this one. That's the heart shape. And these are stackers. Now you cut the circles out and layer them on top of each other to give a 3D stacking effect.
Stacked decoupage.
Then you've got the triangle. And there's also, what was the first one? That was square.
No, circles the first
No,
one. you showed.
underneath. Oh yeah, circle. But you've got various shapes. They've got various backgrounds as well. This is an example here of the flowers that matches up. But you can mix and match these really good. There's another example, but this time it's got a page curl on it. And you also got this one, which is an example of the vellum effect. Same designs, but a more paler. These work great as inserts. And again, you've got vellum background, but with a page curl.
Actually, saying inserts in part of this set.
Here they are. Now listen, you've also got these. Now we call them strips or ribbons or whatever you want. But if you look carefully,
They've got a beveled edge.
they've got a dark on one side and light on the other.
A
So it
beveled
gives
edge.
that, shut your clack, I'm talking.
It's a beveled edge.
I'll give you a beveled edge in a minute. It gives that that look of it being rounded.
Three-dimensional.
Shut your face.
Beveled.
Then you've got those in different sizes as well, which are great for if you're doing your lattice work or if you want to do them as a border down a card, or lots of different ways of doing it. You also get the tags, so you can also match these up with the papers, the sets you're using, but you can use these in lots of different ways. Tags for presents, or you can add sentiments to them. And again, the background papers come with the same tags at the back. Now you're also getting inserts, which is really good. You trim the edges off, fold it in half, put it inside a card, and you've got the insert there. But you can also use them on the outside of the cards to give you different. I say, it's entirely up to you. There's another version for a smaller card with a vellum effect. Now you've also got in this frames in various shapes and sizes. That's an example of one of the hearts, and again they've got the shading on one side, so it gives it that beveled effect.
Now in this case it's a drop shadow.
Oh, it's a drop shadow, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the difference between a bevel and a drop shadow?
I don't know, it just sounds good.
Now you've got the round one here and large. Now you could use these on your card, you can use them in picture frames, they look fantastic. You're also going to get them in vellums as well. And there's an example of the
Vellum effect.
vellum effect, but this isn't vellum, but you can still see how you get that drop shadow look to give it more of a 3D look. And you've got heart shapes and all sorts of different ones. The vellum one in the round there. And you've also got the very small. You get 4 to a page there. These look really good. Also good if you're doing lots of different crafting. You could use just the frames and put your rubber stamping on these. You could stamp it on these brilliantly. Heart shape. And you've also got this one here, which is just a round, but with a vellum effect.
But what brings these to life is cards.
Well, for a cardiac machine.
No, that's...
Show you an example here of some of the
Bizarre.
cards here. If you can get your finger working quick enough.
I
There you
can.
go. There's an example of one of the cards. And we can just open that up. And now that's been 3D'd. This is where Barry will do a zoom in so you can really see the effect of the 3D on that. And then we've also got this one using the different papers, etc. And they've used one of the inserts there, as you can see. It gives you plenty of room for doing your text. Then we've got this one, another inspiration. Don't forget we've got galleries attached to this set, so you can go and look at these at any time.
On this page you'll find some galleries, yeah.
Which is fantastic because it shows you how to make things, gives you ideas of your own what you can do, which is really good. But once you've bought the product and download it and use it, you can go back and look at those videos anytime you like. This is another version there. It's got an insert there with the pansies in a vellum effect. Then we've got this one here, another example. And you can see that opens up like that. Voila! It's quite a long one, isn't it? I'm going to
Beautiful
have to
card.
steam roll that one. That's Love on the Move. Love on the Move. Should be a song, shouldn't it? That folds up there nicely. Got another card here. There you go. Another beautiful card using that. They're printed there onto a vellum. So it's actually a vellum on a vellum. It's hard to say that. What's that? What's that song? The Mistral on the Pistol on the
What?
Danny Kaye song where it goes on and on and on.
No idea.
Oh, well, never mind. Back to
Well
me.
before my time.
Oh, give over.
Well
Right,
before
you've
my
got this
time.
one here, as I showed you. You've got a mix there of the backing papers with the vellum effect as well. Now, this is a good example of
Watch
using
the
the
flare.
mirror. Oh, shut your clack. You've got the mirror effect there, so you've got it both sides. You see one goes one way and one goes the other. I'll show you a little tip at the end of showing you all this. And there's another example there. This has got the stackers on. That's a square stacker, and that is the round stacker. And finally, to inspire you, we have this one as well, which, oh, that needs sticking down again. Oh, it's a good job I've got some of my trusty glue, hasn't it? A little bit of glue on there. And I'm going to stick that down again. A little bit of glue on there. And stick that back. Like so. I obviously didn't do that right the first time. So there you go. That's my final card to inspire you into things you can do with this collection.
Perfect. So,
So do you want to
Just to
recount?
recap.
And then I've got 2 tips for you.
just to recap, remember in this collection you're going to get 10 sets. Each of those sets has an array of different things that you can make cards from based on one image that is in each of those different sets. So there are 10 different images, and from that will come all of these different elements. So in each set you're going to get toppers, you are going to get stackers, you are going to get 3D decoupage, you're going to get backing papers, you're going to get backing papers with page curls, and you are also going to get tags, and if that were not enough, you're also going to get strips as well with that beveled edge. And some of these elements will also come in vellum effect too. So you've got such a great selection, so many different possibilities, and of course you can use these with your existing crafts as well, because some of these background papers, for instance, some of the toppers would look great with stuff that you might already have in your collection.
This is the tip I've got for you. Now, as I told you before, you get them in mirror image as well. So there's the main design, and there is the mirror image. You can tell though, you can see how it goes from one side to the other. You can see that. Good way of sticking these two together if you want to make a bunting or something to hang. If you print them off at the same time and actually just put them together like that, you can use a light box or hold it up to a window. Can you just take the tip off mine there, please? Thank you, my glue. Good way of cutting it out and making sure it's exactly the right place is just to glue it together like that on one side and then turn it around. And you don't glue where the design is, it just holds it together. So when I cut that out now, it's going to match up to the back there. You'll have a perfect design there. And because you've not stuck down here at the top, you can make a hole there and you can have a ribbon and do all sorts of different things. Now, if you print off the small ones like this, one tip I'll give you is that when I do this, you think, oh, I've got to cut all those out to make a Valentine's tree. No, you don't. You just stick them together like so. But what we're going to do is, we'll show you, you can see the image through there. Now, I want to do these so they hang up, but just so I can do them all in one go, I'm just going to put a bead of glue just on the edge there, like so. So that when you cut these out, they're going to be free at the top. And then you can stick this directly over the top and just stick that down, line it up perfectly, stick that down, let that dry, which only takes a couple of minutes. So then you can cut them out and they're not going to move, and they're all going to be in the right place, and you can leave a white border all the way around. But also, wherever you cut out, you're also going to get the top, which will be open, not stuck down. Then you can decide if you want to stick that down and then make a hole or add a ribbon. So you can make, in this case, you can make, what is that, 16?
Yeah, 16.
16 hangers. Be lovely on a Valentine's tree. You've got your Christmas trees and you've got your Easter trees. Why don't you have a Valentine's tree as well?
Just a romantic tree, just for the sake of romance.
full of it. Right, I think that's it. That's the collection of the Victorian inspired hearts. Once you've got all those different sets there, you can mix and match if you want to, or you can do whatever you want really. And don't forget, once you download it, you've got it for life, and you can just print it off as and when you want it, and I'm sure you'll get loads of inspiration. I'll tell you what, if you take some pictures of the things you've made from it, we'd love to see them, so please send them in.